of a Super Bowl championship will continue today at home. Niners and Eagles in Philadelphia this afternoon. Jalen Hurts and the Birds trying to get back to the bowl starting today. His performance in the playoffs has been historic. He is the only player in postseason history with at least 10 passing touchdowns and 10 rushing touchdowns. This afternoon, he's hoping begins another long playoff run.
It's about always executing, being on the same page. No one ever said it was going to be easy. We got to embrace the challenge.
This has been really a poor job by the Eagles.
There's definitely a process where you revisit those things and watch some of those things to get a feel for what the vibe was.
The Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57.
Always a learning lesson in everything, and ultimately it's about how you respond to what you do.
The Philadelphia Eagles have won Super Bowl 59.
All of the opportunity in front of you, I think everyone has to be focused on the main thing. The main thing is the mission that was established long ago and winning.
Let's go!
This guy's not fazed by it.
The mental toughness of Jalen to be able to push through the adversity.
All that you go through, all that we do just to have opportunities like this. What are you going to do with it?
Sal Palantonio, as always, in Philly for this one. Sal, what should we be watching when Hurts and the Eagles offense gets on the field today?
Michael, the answer to that question is simple. Head coach Nick Sirianni. Remember, the last time we saw the first team offense for the Philadelphia Eagles, it was the second half at Highmark Stadium. They were unable to complete a forward pass in that game. And after the game, Nick Sirianni said in the post-game press conference, I should have been more involved perhaps in the play calling in the second half. And I asked him, how would that take place? Would it be in real time in Kevin Patullo's ear, the offensive coordinator, or would you do it on the sideline? And he said it would probably be on the sideline. So in this game, if this offense struggles, we'll be watching Nick Sirianni. Will he get involved in the play calling with Jalen Hurts and Kevin Patullo in this game against the San Francisco 49ers? Now, Lane Johnson has been trending towards playing in this game. Limited in practice on Friday, questionable game time decision. We'll see if he plays. It's a much different team offensively. They can run that pin-pull concept with Saquon Barkley off the right side, and they want to try to run off the edges against the San Francisco 49ers. They think that they can run on the edges. It will help to have Lane Johnson. But so much scrutiny on Nick Sirianni. Remember, they are still in the middle of Hard Knocks. There are 15 NFL film crews here today at Lincoln Financial Field to record every single moment of this football game, and Nick Sirianni will probably be mic'd up, so there'll be a lot of scrutiny. The Niners playing with house money. They're on the road. They're a touchdown underdog in this game. A lot of focus and pressure on the Eagles' offense to perform in this football game, Michael.
Absolutely. All right, Sal there for us all day long. And I can tell you this, that if our group were in Nick Sirianni's shoes, because as we had this conversation about what they need to do, I wrote it down from everybody. Quarterback run, quarterback run, quarterback run, quarterback run. They need to get Jalen Hurts involved in the running game.
Yeah, absolutely. Why? It's the hardest play to stop in football is the quarterback run game. And to me, you have a quarterback with tailback skills. That's who Jalen Hurts is. Oh, and by the way, it's playoff time. How many guys are better than Jalen Hurts in the playoffs? When he turns it up, not many, I can assure you. He made that stat already, Grinny. 10 touchdowns, only one in the history with 10 passing touchdowns and 10 rushing touchdowns. He elevates his plays. A lot of times, guys wilt in the big moments. Not this guy right here. I expect a huge game out of the Eagles. And I'm going to say this. Run, Eagles, run. Don't forget how you got there. But let's move the dang line of scrimmage. All right? We know, here's what I know about San Francisco. They can't rush the passer, all right? They can't. They have 17 sacks the entire season, all right? So run the football, get your play action game. They can create big plays against this defense.
Hutch, you played them November 16th, 16-9. The Eagles wound up winning. Remember, that was a hard-fought sort of slugfest of a game. But can you describe how much more challenging it becomes for the defense when the quarterback, like Jalen Hurts, becomes more involved in the running game?
For sure. I mean, a lot of those times you are +1 when that quarterback's running, you know, and it makes it really tough on the defense with read zones, quarterback draws, all that stuff. It's really tough. And like you said, Rex, I really do think the the run game. If you control the run game, you control the air. That's something that Dan Campbell always preaches. You control the air if you can run the ball. And in our game, actually, we were stopping the run pretty good, and we were having a lot of success. So if Philly wants success, Saquon's got to get going.
Does that take away your aggressiveness as an edge player? If you're on the edge free and you know the quarterback run has a potential to be called.
Edge for sure, but even the D tackles. If you know that you're stopping the run, those D tackles are going to be quick for play action pass. They're going to be playing at a really fast.
Oh.
Listen, I think it's going to play out huge in the red zone, especially this QB-driven run game, right? Like, can the San Francisco defense, which is so thin, right, so injured, can they stand up in the red zone, which they've done a great job of all year? They are one of the better red zone defenses. On the flip side of that, Eagles are the #1 red zone offense in football. A lot of it because of Jalen Hurts and his play. On the other side of the ball, though, I'm so interested to see if this Niners offense can get their run game going, right? I think if there's a film they're turning on that they would love to emulate, it's that Chicago tape when they went to Philly and they ran the ball for 280 yards. And so much of that Ben Johnson run game looks like Kyle Shanahan run game. Lots of motions, right? Lots of fullback, misdirection, cutbacks, zone run game, right? I just am so anxious, and obviously important to have Trent Williams playing, which it looks like he's going to go. And can they get some of that run game going to slow down that Eagles D-line?
I would have to say no, Alex, and I'm just basing it off the scheme. There's no way that what I've seen coming out of Philadelphia all season that looks anything close to what Chicago put on them about a month ago. But if it's anything that I'm looking for, we all know the playoffs. We know it's a new season. So I'm just looking for last year's Super Bowl MVP. I'm trying to see and just waiting for him to step up for his team. Like Hush, you're just talking about a lot of Saquon Barkley. But I do believe the two-headed monster back there really showed up last year, featuring Saquon Barkley. And I'm expecting the two-headed monster to show up again. Jalen Hurts, with his legs, has to show up against the 49ers.
It's what they've been waiting for, right? It's what the Eagles have been waiting for. When they knew they when they knew they had the division and they couldn't get the #1 seed, it was like, all right, we know what we're going to do. We're going to rest the last game. All right, we're going to be ready for the playoffs. We're going to come back healthy. I think both of you have overreacted to their offensive problems because
really? Because, what are they, like 24th in the NFL?
It's simple. It's basic, but I'm telling you, they get it done and lean on that defense. That's the way it's going to happen.
Listen, we're all sitting here saying, hey, the Eagles are going to turn it on. They got on their run last year. Listen, the Eagles, this isn't something, they don't make a lot of changes. We've been calling for this for a long time, and we think all of a sudden here, because it's playoffs, they're going to flip the switch. I will not be shocked if tomorrow we get on and it's like, hey, it was the same old boring Eagles offense.
What are you saying? Hold on, wait a minute.
The switch.
What are you
switch is about to be
that we're not seeing?
I'm saying the switch is about to be flipped.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. And maybe Nick Sirianni, to the point of Sal's report, maybe it's Sirianni who will flip it. Maybe he gets involved and they do run